I was born in Guadeloupe in the French West Indies. I grew up in Paris and I'm based in New York City now. The most memorable thing about my childhood in Guadeloupe was going to the movie theater, the only movie theater in the island, where my aunt was a cashier, and it would be a kind of a babysitting for me. I would go there all the time, and I would see all the movies from India and karate movies from Asia, and also American movies that were very popular in the French West Indies. So that was very sweet for me. And when I moved to Paris, my mother every Saturday would bring us to the movie theater, a big movie theater in a neighborhood called Barbès. The movie theater was called Luxor, and it was one of those movies, big old theater with the red seats and a red curtains, and it was very magical, and I loved the environment, and I felt really happy and safe there. As an African-American Caribbean woman, I didn't see my stories on the screen, and I felt very passionate about sharing what I had inside, because I didn't necessarily recognize myself in all the beautiful stories, even though I liked them, but I didn't see myself on the screen, people like me. So I had stories to tell, and I thought it was important to share that with the public. My first film was actually a music video. It was a series of videos for French Caribbean artists, Ralph Tamar, Malavoie, Acoustic Zouk, and Edith Lefel. I was at the time a producer at BBDO Advertising, producing great commercials like Pizza Hut, Gillette, Federal Express, Pepsi. I made Elza because it was something that I had inside for a very long time.
À la première diplômée de la famille. Merci, maman. Elsa, je suis fière de toi. Tu vas faire quoi avec tout ce pognon? On a acheté un billet d'avion et retourner là-bas.
The story is partly autobiographical, and it is the story of a woman, a Parisian woman of Caribbean descent, going back to the island of Guadeloupe to look for the father that she's never met. So it's about, searching for her identity, going back to your native home and finding who you are through finding who your father is. When I was in college, when I was growing up, I was obsessed with the idea of meeting my father. I never met him, and I wanted to see his eyes. I wanted to feel his touch. I wanted to know what he looks like. I wanted to know where I was coming from. I knew my mom. I knew one part of who I was, but I didn't know that other part who was a mystery to me. I decided to go to Guadeloupe looking for him, and I found him. And the story of the meeting is the story that I'm telling in the film, and how this whole story, transformed me, and how I became the strong woman that I am now. I thought it was very important to share that with the public, because we are so many children in the world who are estranged from our father, and I wanted to say that it is possible to reach out, to have, to try to reconnect, and to heal the wound between the sentimental wound between a father and a daughter, between a mother and a son, between children and parents. This movie had taught me patience, gratitude, and I was able to reconcile with my father's family. So that this film has been therapy for me, and I was able to find my father's family after the release of the film, because they saw the film when it came out in the French West Indies, and after the screening they came to me and they embraced me, and we cried together. They took me in their arms, and they really They told me they were sorry about, you know, all the hurt, you know, that took place. And now I'm totally part of part of their lives. I know them all. I go to their houses. They invite me for, you know, when I go there in Guadeloupe. So it's a very beautiful story with a happy ending, a very inspiring story. And I'm so happy that I found my family back. I am so happy to be the first film who's going to be screened at MIST Harlem Cinema. For me, it means a lot because there couldn't be any better place to open up in Harlem, you know, in front of my community, in a place to me that represents culture, happiness, music. When I grew up in Paris, Harlem represented a dream. Harlem represented a place where Black people were thriving. So I feel right at home. I feel in my element with my people, and I'm so happy that, you know, that MIST Harlem Cinema is giving me this opportunity to showcase my work, and I feel like it's a great recognition for me as a woman of color to show my work in such a wonderful theater, a theater that is one of the few theater that is Black owned in America. So thank you, MIST Harlem Cinema. Thank you for making it happen.